about composable IT architecture, a strategic lever for modern business management, presented by Purple Bears. What is composable IT? Composable IT is a modern approach to designing and building IT systems using module and interoperable components, services, such as APIs and microservices that can be easily assembled, reassembled, and scaled to meet changing businesses' needs. When I was looking around the internet, one of my favorite examples I found was Lego bricks because I used to play with them all the time. But basically, you can think of every Lego brick being a reusable piece. With those reusable pieces, you can build anything like houses, cars, robots by combining them in different ways. And instead of completely restarting your module, you can just add different pieces and continue doing it that way. Um, enables dynamic reconfiguration to meet evolving business needs. This allows businesses to quickly adapt by reconfiguring components as needs change, as like market shifts, customer demands, new regulations, and adapting quickly will allow businesses to maintain dominance while creating opportunities that other companies would have missed in this opportunity. Why is composability gaining traction? Composability is gaining traction because businesses need flexibility, speed, and resilience. I put for the first one, faster time to market. Second is going to be greater agility. And third is going to be scalability, which I go into greater detail on the following slides. Relevance in digital transformation initiatives. I'm going to start with the definition of the digital transformation initiatives. And they're basically our strategic projects or programs that use digital technology to improve how a business operates, delivers value to customers, and stays competitive, which goes hand in hand because composability is a key enabler because it allows organizations to adapt quickly to changing business needs without overhauling entire systems because that does take time. Why does composable IT matter? Composable IT matters because technology is not done growing. Every year we'll see technology grow, and with growing, you need composability to not restart basically from the bottom every single time. Um, Businesses face rapid change, and flexibility is a non-negotiable. Basically, rapid change that businesses could face would be like sudden shift in customer behavior, emerging technologies like AI, which we are seeing right now, and new regulations. And flexibility is non-negotiable, is just meaning that if it's not flexible, basically your business is not going to adapt and it's not going to be pristine in the way that the businesses are going today. Not adapting can cause your IT to be rigid or outdated, meaning your business can't react quickly, which will mean it will not survive. And this also puts you at a disadvantage, causing slower innovation, response times, and completions. A good example I could think of would be like if you see a surge spike in your online business and you need to add like a payment option. With flexibility, this would be an easy, achievable goal that would maybe take a couple weeks. But if you're with rigid systems, it's something that could take months, and by then customers could have already gone elsewhere. Um, some strategic benefits I'd like to go over with composable IT is going to be the first one's going to be agility. And agility is going to be composable systems that allow businesses to adapt rapidly to change by replacing or updating individual components without disrupting the whole system. And the first one's going to be faster response to market changes. A second one could be easier customization and personalization. The third one could be reduced dependency on legacy systems. The second big one we're going to talk about is scalability. Composable systems that allow you to scale specific components independently based on demand rather than scaling the entire system at once, which kind of goes back to the rigid systems. But The first one's going to be efficient resource use. Second one would be support growth and expansion. Third one's going to be flexible infrastructures and scaling. And the third and last one's going to be adaptability. Adaptability is going to be composable systems designed to easily adjust and evolve by swapping, adding, or reconfiguring components to meet new business needs or external conditions. Um, the strategic value in that is one going to be rapid incorporations of new technology, flexible response, market changes, and support for evolving business models.
There are 4 core principles that make composable IT architecture a game changer for modern IT landscapes. Each of these principles works together to deliver flexibility, rapid innovation, and business resilience. Number 1 is modularity. This is where we get that Lego brick idea. It's each piece of functionality is a self-contained and reusable building block. The previous IT models required developers to write entire new programs when changes need to be made. Now with composable IT architecture, each module's capabilities are encapsulated, and each module can be recycled for use in other areas without having to rewrite the entire code. Second is autonomy. Each module operates independently. This means we can update one module without having to redo the entire infrastructure. It also has the fault isolation, so that if one module fails, it doesn't bring the entire system down. We don't have to spend hours and hours looking through code trying to figure out where it could possibly be. It's one piece that's going to fail, and we can focus and be targeted on what's causing the problem. Even though the modules are independent, they still have to collaborate, which is where the orchestration comes in. Orchestration is the mechanism that coordinates how the modules interact. It decides where requests are routed to and how the load balancing is handled. API gateways are an example of the orchestration patterns. Orchestration helps enforce policies across modules. Fourth, we have discovery. This is a registry of available modules that makes it easy to find and onboard new services or components. Development teams can browse a marketplace of modules instead of just reinventing the wheel. This supports emerging technologies. We can easily integrate something when it enters a new technological marketplace. The benefits of this are speed, resilience, and innovation. We can just plug in new technology without having to go through all the coding that would go with it. So applications in business management. First and foremost, we have our IT strategy. It's really important to align our technology choices directly with the overarching business vision. And this composable IT architecture allows us to pick and choose what we want to place into our business model. Each module should line up with a clear business outcome, so we can really target what it is we're trying to do as a business. This also allows us to do faster experimentation. We can create proof of concept in days instead of months. We can test out a new module and see how it affects our business if it moves in the direction that we want it to. Second, we have operations. Modularity helps accelerate updates and bug fixes. It enables scalability, which just adds to our ability to accelerate our system deployment. It allows us to, if we're going in the wrong direction, turn around and change it quickly. Customer experience. We have these customizable front-end interactions which personalize for the customer. that gives a much better customer experience. Modular components allow for testing of new layouts without having to hand everything off to a developer for however long that might take. The fourth thing is that we can apply this in business management is decision making. This we're able to get real-time data access, and that helps the leadership to be able to make better, more informed decisions. Composable architecture reshapes our competitive dynamics as it relates to Porter's 5 forces. Number one, the threat of new entrants. Composable systems dramatically lower the barriers to entry. It's kind of a mixed bag. New players are able to assemble modules instead of building platforms from scratch. New entrants are able to use off-the-shelf integrations and drag and drop pipelines to reduce the startup time. But it also gives incumbents a better ability to defend their position. Established firms with rich module catalogs and mature orchestration are able to get a network effect of reusable assets. They have ecosystems that make it harder for startups to match the breadth of the features. So if you're a late entrant into the game, it may be more difficult. Number two, the bargaining power of suppliers. By decoupling services, teams can swap out or add vendors without restructuring the core, weakening supplier leverage. Bargaining power of buyers. Modular components enable tailored experiences for customers. Customer feedback loops tighten as these processes get quicker, which allows us to keep up with what the customers are wanting, which boosts customer satisfaction and loyalty. Buyers come to expect rapid feature releases and custom configurations, and your ability to meet these demands determines retention more than just the price. Number four, threat of substitutes. Quick integration of emerging tech mitigates substitution risk. As new technology appears, you can just plug it in. There's lowered research and development costs by subscribing to external modules instead of using in-house development. And fifth, industry rivalry. Composability accelerates innovation while intensifying the competition. The time to market shrinks. Rival firms race to out-modularize one another, which drives down the costs and raises the feature velocity. Some challenges and considerations when trying to implement this. It's not always just easy to say, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to switch our company to composable IT architecture. There may be problems in integration. Sometimes it's challenging trying to integrate new modules into legacy systems. They might resist the upgrades. Our teams may lack the IT skills necessary to implement the modular framework. Data governance. So in order to ensure privacy and compliance and to maintain these things, maintain a clear audit trail and enforce encryption, it may be difficult to keep everybody's data private and compliant while going across different systems and different apps. Number four, vendor lock-in. We risk limited flexibility if the vendor's roadmap is different from what the company is trying to do. Switching providers could also require a lot of overhead because, again, high switching costs. In